Ayman Khan here for Seconds Out with Eddie Hearn. It's a party atmosphere here. We just saw the weigh-in for Taylor versus Cameron. What did you see of the two women on the scales?
You know what? Both like full, both healthy, both ripped to shreds, both in the absolute form of their life, both desperate to win tomorrow night. You're going to get an unbelievable fight, an unbelievable atmosphere. I can't wait. 24 hours to go.
How much for the success of either fighter hinges on neither fighter getting into the emotion of the event, the atmosphere, getting sucked into that and keeping to the game plan?
Yeah, I think from Chantelle's point of view, obviously it's something she's never experienced, she'll never experience again. We'll see how she deals with that. For Katie, I guess, probably to just not get carried away with the moment and do what she always does, which is go to war. But she's going to do that anyway. So I don't think the crowd's going to play a massive part in either fighter's performance. But of course they'll want to stay calm, but it'll be impossible to do that tomorrow night.
Who does going to war favour in the fight?
I think Chantelle Cameron. I mean, well, it depends what stage in the fight, I think Katie Taylor is such a good boxer, she can bank those rounds, but she always engages. And it's when she engages, if you look back to the Serrano fight, she engaged very early in that fight, and it was a very close fight. So Chantelle will be wanting to break her rhythm and make her fight early in this fight.
Give me the one to watch on the undercard. We saw a bit of spice from Jay McFarlane.
Honestly, a brilliant undercard. Even, of course, Jay McFarlane against Tommy McKay is a real good fun fight. Paddy Donovan against Samo Mason's a good fight. Maisie Rose, who's opening the fights, the show's got a tough fight. Hogan against Metcalf, for me, a tremendous fight. Terry Harper against Cecilia Brackhouse, great fight. I think the Mexican Felix is going to really come to fight against Gary Cully. And Kevin Ajako back in a good solid 10 rounds as well.
Tyson Fury has ended his social media blackout. He's running on the social media assault. What have you made of his recent tirade on the platform?
He's all right. He sort of comes and goes, doesn't he? But, obviously he's frustrated at the same time. He wants to fight. He hasn't boxed since December. And it's now coming up for June and nothing's scheduled. So he's pricing himself out a little bit, but he wants to fight, but he only fight for a certain amount of money. But seems like there's a bit of a, disagreement between everyone, but none of my business, just focusing on Anthony Joshua.
Was there a bit of a dig at Bob Arum though in those tweets, do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, it's the promoter's job to provide the fights, but if the fighter won't agree to their terms, it's difficult, but Bob doesn't pull his punches, Like, Bob's going to say what he feels, and obviously he said what he feels, and Tyson didn't like it.
Speaking to some journalists, they say that Tyson Fury insulting Usyk and his team is a real problem. How much of a problem is it if he continues to insult the likes of Krasik and Klimas?
History will tell you when there's insults going either side, like, it becomes more difficult to make fights. It becomes personal, there becomes more emotion, but at the same time, we'll see. I think it shouldn't be that difficult to make that fight, but clearly it is.
Ryan Garcia links up with Derek James, for a good choice.
Yeah, great trainer. I mean, I think that I've said before, Ryan Garcia, he needs to give his trust to a trainer. A bit like Anthony Joshua, one trainer, one voice. Anthony did that with Derek James. Ryan, all of a sudden now, Derek James has got Errol Spence, Ryan Garcia, Anthony Joshua. It's a hell of a stable.
What's Ryan Garcia's status with Golden Boy?
I have no idea.
A couple of final things. Eubank Jr. Linking up with David Haye. A good link up, you feel?
That's a weird one, isn't it? David Haye and Roy Jones. I mean, look, he's a tremendous boxing brain. He's a tremendous talent. I don't know how willing he is to put the time and effort into a fighter, but, why not?
Are you involved in the comeback of Billy Joe Saunders?
If he wants us to be. I mean, we've got no official position on that, other than I want to see him back. I want to see him back in the ring. I think he's a tremendous fighter. I think he's, as much as sometimes we can fall out, he's great for British boxing, and there's some massive fights out there for him, but I think he needs to get in shape. I think he needs to commit himself to the sport, and if he does that, love to work with him. I think he's got a big future still.